Dude, Jurnee Smollett's body is doing work in this show. I'm just gonna say it, man. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. Please like and subscribe, and please leave a comment on this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Apple TV Plus show, Smoke. Pretty new show that just wrapped up not too long ago, and I just kind of binged it. I waited till, I don't even know, I think it was week to week. I think that's what they do with these shows. I don't like to do that. I wait until it kind of comes out and then I binge it all. So I just binged it all, but I think it was timed up to where the finale kind of just came out a few weeks ago. And spoiler alert, this is going to be not super into detail on the whole plot, start to finish, but I am going to talk about certain things, certain details, and definitely spoil things that happen. So if you haven't seen the show, definitely watch the show first and then watch this video. If you don't care about spoilers and you just want to get a sense of what the show is, then check it out. So let's get into it. This show was so good. Incredible production value, very watchable, entertaining, just a solid show all around. Definite recommend. We'll get to the rating and stuff later, but I mean, starting off with the acting, the actors in this, the cast is excellent. Taron Egerton and Jurnee Smollett are kind of the two leads. John Leguizamo's in there, Greg Kinnear, some others that are just across the board, perfect casting, no issues with any of the casting, no bad acting, just great performances all the way around. And nothing to complain about as far as the acting and casting goes. The writing and creativity aspect of this show, definitely top notch. It was a very, very creative plot. Apparently, this was based on a true story. I'm not sure. I didn't look too much into what that story exactly was. So what exactly was pulled from it or how much. I'm sure it was kind of inspired by this true story, and then they kind of took it and ran with it and did their own thing. There's just a lot that happens in this that I don't feel like it happened in real life, but I could be wrong. But overall, just the concept and the plot was just very, very cool, very creative story. It kind of starts off seemingly basic, like a kind of crime detective type of show. There's an arson investigator. There's a couple arsonists that he's currently chasing or trying to solve these ongoing fires. And since it's kind of been some time and he hasn't solved the cases, they assign a detective, that's Jurnee Smollett's character, Michelle, to be his partner and to kind of help try to wrap up some of these crimes. So it starts kind of basic, like there's some basic like CSI style stuff where they go to this place and interview and talk to this person while they're doing work and they're answering the questions while they're doing their job, like classic CSI style. It's still good. The actors are good. The writing was good. Everything, the presentation, everything was good to keep me still in, because I don't like those shows. I don't watch that stuff. It's just not something that interests me. But then after a couple episodes, like you start to suspect the main character, Dave, that's Taron Egerton's character, of like, is he involved, or like is he the one doing these fires? So there's this kind of switch that happens, and then they reveal it. Yeah, it is him who's doing at least one of the there's like two crimes, two arsonists that they're sort of dealing with, and this one over here was him, and it has been him this whole time. So then suddenly you're like, oh wow, okay, like so now it's not just about a simple detective investigating story, and now it's like, oh, this guy's covering this up, like chasing himself, like throwing other people off the scent so that he can continue doing this. So it's pretty interesting right there once that turn happens. And then there's that second arsonist storyline kind of happening simultaneously, so they're also kind of looking into that and investigating that aspect. And then you also see that arsonist in his life and like his perspective, and he's a weirdo creeper guy, and you're kind of seeing the stuff he's doing while also seeing them investigating the stuff he's doing and trying to put things together to catch him. So yeah, they set up a really interesting story. It concludes successfully and it's satisfying at the end. It doesn't leave you hanging too much or have things lingering. It wraps itself up pretty well. just maybe some of the stuff with Michelle. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but aside from that, it's pretty contained in this one season. There's also an interesting aspect in of the story where he's like writing a book about his life basically of the situation that's happening, like of an arson investigator who actually is an arsonist starting these fires. He talks about his partner that he has and like being attracted to her and stuff. And so all this stuff is like, and they catch wind of this and see like that he's writing this book and like get access to the book and see like why is he's like basically it's like a confession, this book, and he claims it to be fiction, but it's like very obviously inspired by what he's doing. And it's sort of a way like where he's kind of like hiding from his own identity. They kind of play with this thing where he sees himself in the mirror and he's this heavier set a little bit and balding, so he just doesn't look as attractive as the actual we see Taron Egerton in the show for the most part. So it's kind of this, he's living this larger than life kind of puffed up version of himself through the writing of his book and kind of living that out in real life, living this fantasy type of thing. The cinematography and directing and everything of the show, like the production value, excellent, very good, as pretty much all the Apple TV Plus shows and movies have been that I've seen so far. Like they're just hitting home runs, like with all these series. They're just very well made, very good. There's some incredible shots and sequences in this show. Some really cool like slow-mo sequences with set to like a pretty awesome score. Like there's some dark atmospheric type music and score, underlying score during some of this stuff. But then there's also like really good music, like nostalgic songs that they pull, like Michael Bolton or like other random 80s songs, or like there's a kind of wide range of like songs that they pull into this. But the music overall is really good in this show too. As far as length and pacing and stuff goes, like they're hour episodes for the most part. But they move very well. Like they don't feel slow. It's really good pacing. There's things happening, the plot is advancing. It doesn't feel slow. You're engaged for sure. It's a very, very engaging show. There's 9 episodes of the season, so 9 1-hour long episodes basically. It's not too long, it's not too short. It kind of the average for this type of like drama thriller type of show. But like not very many wasted scenes, like things that are happening that are pointless. Like there's mostly everything is like eventful, advancing the story, especially once it kind of gets going after the first few episodes and you get the reveal that like he's doing some of these fires and stuff. So you're kind of like it's very engaging. It's the end of the episode. It's not slow at all. The end of the episodes on a lot of the episodes have like a crazy, like leave you off in a crazy moment, like kind of like Breaking Bad style, where just something nuts happens at the end where you're like, whoa, like, and you want to like see what happens next in the next episode. So they do a pretty good job of that, and just a good structure with the 2 kind of different crimes going on, following the milk jug arsonist guy who works at the chicken place. Like they wrap that up pretty, not early on, but like early enough to where they leave the last 2 or 3 episodes. Like they were like dealing with both things simultaneously. They kind of like veer and like wrap that thing up, and then they leave the last few episodes to deal with Dave and Michelle and this craziness that's going on there. And it comes to a head for sure. Like the ending was really cool. With they're halfway through the show. They're like put this task force together to kind of catch him. She goes and finds his like old partner who had suspected him, and so she's getting his help because he's on board with suspecting him of doing this stuff. And then they just have this whole like team of people kind of following him and trying to like find something, proof and evidence to kind of be able to arrest him for this. And then it all kind of culminates in the finale episode. And dude, Jurnee Smollett's body is doing work in this show. I'm just gonna say, man, she is. Not only is she hot in this show, but like she just looks rad. Like she looks really cool. Like her outfit most of the time, but especially in the finale, like just like the all black, the tank top. She just has a good look. She just looks cool for like a lead in a show, And like when everything's going down at the end, and like she like gets thrown from the car, and like she like gets up, and there's a really cool like slow-mo sequence with her and like putting her hair up and then like firing at Dave in the car. She just looks rad and is just, yeah, that was just a takeaway for me for the show. It's like she'd been looking good up in that show. So as far as another season, while I was watching this, I was kind of like, this show is either going to end where it's not satisfying because they're trying to carry it into season 2, and so you're not getting the like closure on some stuff, and they're going to move that into ongoing seasons, or it's going to wrap up this whole thing, and then you can't do a season 2. What are you going to do? So interestingly, they do kind of wrap up everything for this story in this season, but they sort of, I mean, they could do a season 2 right now. Nothing's like, they haven't been renewed for a season 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't, and it'd be fine. It is a contained story that's good start to finish, and it has a satisfying ending. But they could, like in season 2, they could explore some of that stuff with Michelle covering up that murder toward the end, that she, like, they do sort of, show how she does cover it up with the brother helping scrub the video evidence and having the glove link Dave's DNA to that crime scene. So it's kind of like seemingly she's in the clear, but like, something else could pop up, like where she gets in trouble, or has to try to further cover up or figure that out, because she did also have that other thing with the guy in the bunker that she like warped what happened and covered up what truly happened there. So she kind of like, she's not perfect herself. Like she's got a couple times where she's doing some things a little outside the lines, a little gray area there. So exploring some of that further with her might be cool in season 2, but we'll see. We'll see if they get picked up and they do another season. I hope so, because it was good. So the rating, I gave this show an 8.9. Honestly, could be even a little higher. It could have been a little higher than that, but 8.9 is solid. All the reasons I just said is why I rated this high. This show is overall just very good, very well done, entertaining, engaging, creative, just an awesome show. I definitely recommend checking it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It was really good. So that's it for my review of Smoke. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment on the video. Let me know if you saw this show, if you liked this show, what you thought, and what you want to see me cover next. Stay tuned. Until next time,